Generative art. Generative art requires an artist to create something, which in turn creates the art. Computer programs are a natural choice, but not the only generative medium. Smart materials that change over time or at different temperatures offer a world of possibilities. Some ideas are a bit hard to swallow. Is blowing a fan on wind chimes really creating generative music? But moving instances of generative art are out there, the result of creativity seeking to fashion creativity. And it reminds us once again what aspiring creatures we crazy humans really are. I'm Andy Boyd at the University of Houston, where we're interested in the way inventive minds work.
A transcript of this Engines of Our Ingenuity episode number 2830 is online at uh.edu/engines. Additional episodes are available by podcast.
Joining me this morning to talk a little bit about an upcoming event for a local charity. Jared Basinger is back with me here in the studio to talk about this upcoming poker run. Jared, good morning. Welcome back to KSJE.
Good morning, Scott. Thank you for having me.
You bet. Thanks for coming in. And so let's talk a little bit about this event that you are a part of. You're on the planning committee, correct?
That is correct.
And so what's coming up? This is happening in September.
It is. It is my pleasure to be able to announce the third annual Hugging Bob Poker Bike Run. Registration begins at 10:30 a.m. located at the Four Corners Harley-Davidson parking lot.
Very good.
Kickstands are up at 11:30, and it will roughly go anywhere from 11:30 to 2:30. After the run, we will end up at Lock Street Eats, where there will be entertainment, a raffle, and possible auction.
Gotcha.
Things of that nature. So the benefits are the Well Incorporated and also Masada House. So any money raised during this event will go towards both organizations.
Excellent. And just to remind people about Masada House and the Well, tell us a bit about those two organizations. Masada House we're familiar with, well, both we're familiar with.
So Masada House was actually founded by Bob Hodgman with his wife, Sue Hodgman. Mm-hmm. And they brought this to the community, recovery community for women, for a transition. They can have the transitional home to live in while getting the opportunity to attend any type of recovery meeting possible.
Right. Okay. And that's been in the community for a number of years, but founded by the Hodgmans.
Yes, it was founded by Bob and Sue Hodgman both. Right. The Well Incorporated has been around for quite some time. It is a recovery club where we can have different types of meetings that pertain to the recovery community. So we want to be able to raise money for both.
Right.
And it's actually an honor to be able to announce this event because Bob Hodgman was my sponsor, and Bob passed away July 12th of 2020. He had battled cancer, and I have never met such a wonderful man. He was the epitome of love. He was the bridge in this the recovery community, and I kind of have a funny story about Bob. It was my first time in the recovery rooms, and here's this man standing at the doorway, and he's giving people hugs. Every person that is coming through, he's giving them a hug. And I was a little uncomfortable because, here's this guy at the doorway giving hugs, and I tried to get past him, and he wouldn't. I
don't think you could do that without getting a hug from him, probably, right?
He gave me a hug, and it was a little strange to me at the time, but I grew to love those hugs.
I bet. I bet. Well, a great event to remember a great person and a great part of a great couple, of course. And this is happening on September the 11th on Sunday,
That is
as you
correct.
mentioned. Folks can register day of the event.
The day of the
Right.
event, registration. You get a T-shirt with the registration.
Okay, good. And then the proceeds are going to those two charities that you mentioned.
The proceeds are going to the two charities
Fair.
mentioned. So
Very good. And I know you haven't been shy about talking a little bit about your struggles and your recovery.
That is
And so with Bob Hodgman playing a big role in that, it sounds like to me, how important is it to have a sponsor like someone like Bob to turn to when you need it?
well, a sponsor is someone that can direct you working the 12 steps of recovery. And it is vital not only to the sponsee, but to the sponsor as well. It is a great opportunity for the sponsor to serve and actually live the 12 steps. And for a sponsee, it's a great way to get to know someone in recovery, someone that has established, the 12 steps, has gone through what I have gone through, or what anybody's gone through when it comes to addiction. And the recovery meetings are a we program. It's all about serving. I believe it's the fifth tradition that states to carry the message to the still suffering addict. And Bob was the epitome of that. I've never felt love from someone, a stranger. He was a stranger at first, and he loved everybody. It didn't matter
Right.
who you were, what you did, your drug of choice, it did not matter, because he knew that working the 12 steps and being a part of recovery gives the still suffering addict the hope and the message.
Great. Well, and that explains the name of the event, doesn't it? Too?
It does.
Right?
It does.
That Bob was a hugger. So it's the Huggin Bob Poker Run. There's another word in there that we probably can't mention on the radio, but we get it, right? And so that's important. But show up at the event and find out what that word is that we can't say on the
Yes.
radio.
Yes.
But a great event to remember a great person, and the struggle continues certainly, and so there are certainly still people in our community that are in recovery, needing to get into recovery, maybe getting in and out of recovery. And so again, that's why these charities are so very important to keep them open and helping these individuals that are coming through just like many others in our community.
Absolutely. And Sue Hodgman, I like to mention her because
Of course.
she is also the glue that holds this community together. And
And Sue continues to do a lot of big work with the county and has done a lot of work for individuals throughout the community, that's for sure.
yes, she put together the San Juan County Mental Wellness Resource Center, and currently she works for Synacor, which used to be the Four Winds Treatment Center, and she is a counselor there.
Gotcha.
And she continues to carry on Bob's legacy of
Helping people
helping people
who need it.
who need it, definitely.
Right.
And I'd like to honor them both today. They're my family, and
Well, it's great to hear and great to see this event that is coming along to, again, recognize the work of both Bob and Sue Hodgman and their work in the community, and to remember Bob. And this is happening on Sunday, September 11th. The poster we're showing says sponsors are still needed. Is that still true? You still need more sponsors?
sponsors are needed. If anyone would like to sponsor, your name would be added to the sponsor list. $200 gets your name on that sponsor list. And if you are familiar with Bob or Sue or The Well or Masada House, they are great service to this community. And, we would like to see a few people sponsor organizations. We'd like to see WEX. We'd like to see Cottonwood and Ironwood. We would love all of that. And
Right.
and to mention Lock Street Eats is providing us the venue after the
Where
run.
you're wrapping up, right? Where you're all going to meet
Yes.
after the run. So
Yes,
that's a great
and,
location. Wonderful. And can we give Bonnie and Jessica's phone numbers on the radio if folks want to sponsor? Can
Yes.
they give them a call? So folks who can't see the poster, let's read those numbers and let folks know how they can reach them.
So Bonnie is our treasurer. So if you would like to donate, you can call Bonnie at 505-419-2284. Or you can call Jessica at 505-402-1198. They will both be able to give you any information, additional information. So please contact them.
Okay, very good. And again, the event is Sunday, September 11th, beginning at Four Corners Harley-Davidson over at 6520 East Main Street. And the registration begins at 10:30, and the ride begins at 11:30, or as you say, kick stands up.
Kick stands up at 11:30.
There you go. Jared, thanks for coming in to tell us about this event, and good luck, and thank you for being a part of it.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate being here.
You're very welcome. That's Jared Basinger, my guest this morning, talking about the Huggin Bob Poker Run coming up on September 11th. The beacon has never been brighter. This is KSJE Farmington, on the air at 90.9 FM and HD, and online at ksje.com.